Hey guys, what is it? Sunday? Sunday after Thanksgiving? I'm slow, okay? So, I'll tell you now I'm on the spectrum and I'm fine with that. Knowing that has been some of the biggest relief my whole life, man. I wish I would have known that when I was a kid, but I didn't. They just said that I was hyper and smarter than some of the teachers and contestive. Fuck them. Either way, I just came to the conclusion after 4 years of doing all of this, making all these crazy things, all these companies now exist because I've done these silly things. Before it was just a couple of guys. Once in a while, someone would figure out how to put a fork on a razor. Once in a while, someone would rip apart their swing arm. Not until me was anybody selling hydraulic forks or even spring forks for RSFs, let alone extended swing arms or big motors, dirt bike wheels, dirt bike brakes, the whole shebang. You've seen it. I have gone nuts. I have taken it as far as a razor frame can go. And I never made any money. I never made any money because I didn't have any support. And I didn't, frankly, know how to set up a website. I was using something called Bluehost. And that is the most complicated thing I've ever seen in my life. It stopped me from wanting to even try to make a website. Meanwhile, I'm watching all these other guys just pop up websites like it's nothing and selling products that are okay, but they're still buying it from somebody who's still charging a lot, or they have to make it themselves, and it's a lot of hard work. Amen to you guys. I love it. This is the reason why we do these things in the first place, right? So that we can learn a new hobby, learn a new skill, learn new ways to solve problems that we can use in the future. Unfortunately, there's a couple of companies out there that are not interested in that. Their only thing is to make money, and it's quite frustrating. So I have been talking to a couple of people, and I'm thinking about starting a website. I'm not exactly sure. I'm kind of want to dip my toes into it. But I mean, if I'm one of the first guys to do this, maybe I should, with some support, maybe actually make a website that works. And you can just pick a bunch of stuff that I make, like my brake adapters or my 35 chain sprocket adapters. By the way, those fit 3 or 4 other different sprocket sizes. The adapters themselves, that's what you want because they'll fit both different types of dirt bike wheels. They'll fit Grom wheels. I got them for razors. I've been making, I made so many, it's retarded. I've tried to fit every possible thing I can onto a razor. I made the Razor Rambler 16 kits, and those were wild. I only stopped doing it because there was really no profit in it for me. So, like I said, I don't charge a lot, and if I try, everybody complains. So what's the point? But now I see that people are selling, a battery controller and a motor for $1,248. That's nuts. The way I see it is if we bought that stuff from the factory, we would still have $1,095 left over to buy any battery you choose, which is a ridiculous number because that cost me less than $300, and that's 80 amps at 48 volts. That's 120 amps. You know what I mean? Like, we're smoking, Jack. Like, this is a 50-mile-an-hour bike if we push it down. Ain't no pump. This one's running 80 amps, and this is the one that started it all. This is the bike that I did I must have made 25 swing arms just on this frame alone. This one was actually different parts of ideas we had when I still had the laboratory. And CJ put that together for me as a Christmas gift because somebody had begged to buy mine off of my bike. And they paid me a lot of money for it, but I didn't have a bike for a couple of months. You see, that's not good business practices. I'm obviously not doing something right. So, can't do it by yourself. The greatest, don't do it. I have another option, though. Once I finish this, I can either walk away from razors forever, bye-bye, which I can do, or I can join you guys and I'll have some partners. I won't be making as much because somebody else will be making some money, but somebody else will be putting in the efforts that I can't, that I'm not capable of pulling off. You know what I mean? It's not within my skill set. I can make wild stuff, but I'm just not that really good at keeping my eyeballs on the television screen and going type. I could have done it when I was a kid, but I didn't. So I'm doing this. You guys let me know what you think. I'm neutral. I could offer you guys everything that I've made for a fair price, and then get with Iconic Cycles or something, and like have them sell stuff. I mean, they got their own website, but I could probably put a link or something, right? I mean, with enough money, I could probably do it myself, but I'd need a lot of support, and I don't want to be on the internet typing. I did that a couple of times in my life, and it's not fun. It's stupid being a keyboard warrior. Just make products, keep pumping them out. That's the answer. Anyways, you guys let me know. Put your answers in the comments. This is actually important. If you don't, I'm just going to walk away from it, because if I don't get any input, then obviously there's no input for me to continue. You get it? Not threatening. I'm just saying. If I'm not getting told, hey man, could you make one? I'm very interested. The market's doing great. Anything. I'm just going to assume that nobody sees it and it's not relevant, so I should just move on. Anyways, I've only been up about 20 friggin' minutes, and it's just been nonstop messages just over the holiday, but, so this is a point for me to make a decision. Do I go ahead and avoid all this and tell you guys bye-bye? Or with some help, can I try to get some support in here and actually sell these? I know there's 1,000 people that make those little braces, and good for them, I don't dig braces. It weighs a lot. It's a big piece of aluminum, and it needs a lot of bolts to put it together. This guy weighs about 8.75 pounds. That's not much. It barely weighs anything. And I supply the hardware, so it's not like you have to chase anything down. Let me know. Talk to you guys later.